Let's bring in now spokesman of the House of Representatives, Benjamin Kalu, on the news. He joins us from Abuja. Honourable Kalu, it's good to have you join us on the news. Let's take it from the tail end of our reporter's report, where she said that the crux of the controversy is the portion of the Water Resources Bill which gives powers to the minister to create boreholes. Honourable Kalu, your reactions?
Yeah, we've not started dealing with the content of the bill as it is. Just like Honourable Zondo mentioned, the procedure was not followed. And the House is waiting for the procedure to be fully complied with before we go into discussing the content of the bill. He was right in citing Order 6 with regards to his privileges, Order 6 through 1, and also citing the laws of Federation of Nigeria with regards to Legislative House and Privileges, Powers and Privileges Act 2014. The Speaker also was right by making sure that the rule of the House is sacrosanct in conducting the activities of our business. And he relied on the provisions of our rule in Order 12, Rule 16, as well as Order 12, Rule 18, which had to do with outstanding bills from the previous assembly. The provision of the law is that if you are bringing a bill, like it was mentioned, 8th assembly, into the 9th assembly, there's a procedure to be followed. Two fundamental things that was captured by Rule 16 and Rule 18 is that it must be re-gazetted. The purpose of re-gazetting it is to enable members to have the content of the bill re-examined and then also prepare their debates, when the matter comes up. Alternatively, Order 16 says you can also do what is called circulation of the clean corpus. So neither of this was complied with. From the evidence that was asked for and was not provided, it was neither well circulated nor gazetted. So what the Speaker did with the support of the House was to ask for us to go back to our rooms. He asked Honourable Flacter, who is the Chairman, Rules and Business, to immediately see to the regazetting of this particular piece of legislation to enable everyone have a closer look to it so that we can make contributions like you're asking me about boreholes and all the rest of them. Some of us who are coming for the first time to this 9th Assembly need to do a deep diving on this particular piece of legislation so that we'll be able to answer your question.
All right.
So we are hoping that it will be regazetted and we'll have access to it.
Honourable Kalu, well, let's also talk about finances. I know that upon resumption now, there's so many key issues before lawmakers, but one key issue for Nigerians has been the clamor for federal lawmakers to come open with how they spend funds. And, of course, the clamor for federal lawmakers to also take pay cuts, just like the rest of many Nigerians. What's your position on this?
My position on this is the Freedom of Information Act is in place, and anybody who is interested in getting access to any information that has to do with any part of government is allowed to apply for it. And when you do, I'm sure the management of the National Assembly will be so obliged to give it to you. The National Assembly is sitting on tripod stand, the Senate, the House of Reps, as well as the management with other agencies under it. So it's not handled by the House of Representatives, it's by management. So if there is any information anybody is looking for, I think it is better to apply to the management and have access to source information. Having said that, what Nigerians should be asking at the moment is whether or not the funding that is available to the National Assembly is sufficient to oversight the huge budget that is being presented to them as a responsibility to follow the money that they appropriate. There is no consultant in this world that will take 1% of the total budget to oversight, to audit, to follow the money that have been appropriated. We have 1% given to National Assembly to do the constitutional mandate. Okay. Although it was 4% in previous assembly, it has dropped down to 1%. And I'm not sure to say that the 1% that National Assembly has at the moment is not enough for the Senate, is not enough for the House of Representatives and the management to be able to do the constitutional mandate, to be able to follow the money and make sure that the money of Nigerians are channeled to the right avenues where it's supposed to drive the efficiency, the effectiveness, and the productivity and the national development that we are yearning for.
Honourable Benjamin.
That should be the concern of Nigerians now.
Right. Yes. Honourable Benjamin Kalu, we appreciate your contributions on TVC News. Thank you.
Thank you very much.